vinyl community, Dave the Pickup Artist, with you for another week of Psychedelic Sunday, where the cost of one admission is your mind. And this week, we've got The Litter. Starting with their debut album, which was just re-released last week on Sundays. This is their classic, I think this is 67? Yeah, 67. And it contained their smash regional hit called Action Woman. A very sought after single that came from this album.
And a big foreign ad.
What the hell is that shit?
It's on yellow vinyl. And yeah, this was a great debut. Now I think this is mostly covers. They were a big cover band. All their albums, they had 3 albums, and they all contained covers. This album is in mono, and it's this is a garage. It's pretty heavy garage rock, and yeah, glad to get this one in. I'm glad it was re-released. I've been looking for a copy for a while. And these guys were from Minnesota, and they were very popular in Minnesota. They would open for the huge headlining bands like The Who and the Cream, and when they go into town, they were one of the top bands that they picked to open for them. And they spent a lot of time in bars and clubs also. And they got into a loudest band contest with Blue Cheer, and they actually won the contest.
Your mother's an
Insane sausage maker.
What the hell is that shit?
Next, we've got the second album by The Litter. This one's called $100 Fine. They were trying to make some lame litter joke. And they came up with $100 fine. So this is another Sundays. And On this it says, to enjoy your album, play it at the loudest volume your equipment, ears, and your neighbors will permit. And they do a cover of She's Not There on here. And this is a little bit more psychedelic than their first album. Looks like it's on a regular vinyl. And yeah, this is another good one. And these reissues, I think the guitar player, Zippy Kaplan, helped out with these reissues. But yeah. Now the cover is a close-up shot of the drum head on the drummer's kit. It's apparently very close. But yeah, another great Litter album. Next, we have the third album from the Litter. We've got Emerge.
Look, I see some people crying, wonder what it's all about. Seems to be a hustle somewhere, wonder what it's all about. You change your ways so many times, could it be losing time?
Talking about what you're fucking showing you,
Motherfuckers.
Acid flashbacks aimed at pickup artists.
Their third, and this is probably their rockingest album. This is, we're getting some hard rock here. We've got the back cover. We've got the Litter ensconced in a dumpster. And covers on this, we've got For What It's Worth, the Buffalo Springfield song. We get a Little Red Book. They close it with this like 9-minute jam called Future of the Past. And we even get a bonus track on here called On Our Mind. Now this came out in '69. This is a re-release that was put out in 2014 on Purple Pyramid Records. Very cool. There's a foreword by the guy named Porsche from WOPA FM, probably the local Minnesota rock station. Yeah, 5-piece band, great stuff.
His teeth fell out from eating the chicken.
The next album I have is Sweetwater in the shrink wrap. This is their first album, and it's got a retail sticker from an outfit called Mont's Tape Center. And this band was a pretty large band, 8 members. They played Woodstock. They almost didn't make the festival, but they did. I don't think they were in the movie though. Now, these guys sounded a lot like a folk type of Jefferson Airplane.
Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child.
And they sounded a little bit like Traffic also, the band Traffic, because they had a woodwind player. And this is a great Sunday morning vibe. And this lady here, her name was Nancy Nevins. She got into a bad car accident after making this album, and she was in a coma for several days, and it damaged her vocal cords. She was never really the same vocally after the accident, but they went on and they put out some more albums, and I think they reunited, a couple of members reunited for the 90s Woodstock, but yeah, this is a good listen. From LA, Sweetwater. Next up, we've got Think Pink. This is a classic Psych album. Now, Twink put this out right after he left the Pretty Things. And I think right before he got into the Pig Fairies, I believe. And he's got a little help from the guys in Deviants, also lend a hand. Namely, Mick Farron is on here, recorded in sound studios in London. And this is great. A couple things. There's actually 4 more of these. He did. There's I think Think Pink 2, 3, and 4 that are almost impossible to find. I never run across them. Twink was born John Alder, and in 2006 converted to Islam and changed his name to Muhammad Abdul. This weekend in 1968, Pink Floyd had maybe one of their worst gigs ever. They weren't really touring, they were gigging. They would take gigs wherever they could find them. So the gig was in Dunloon, Scotland. They arrived on the west coast of Scotland and they found they had to take a boat from Gowrock to Dunloon. Unfortunately, there were no ferries because of bad weather hit. eventually they would be getting winds up to 80 miles an hour. So they called all the ferries in. So what they had to do, they had to hire an old fishing boat called the Granny Hempcock to bring them from the west coast of Scotland to Dunloon, Scotland, where they were set to play at the Queen's Hall, where they were having kind of a festival type thing, a 3-day type thing, and Pink Floyd was supposed to be there one day. So they eventually got there, and it was a pretty rough ride across this body of water, and they got there, and there was only 400 people in attendance when they played. So that was kind of a bummer when you consider, well, it's Pink Floyd. And to add insult to injury, the Scottish band called the Poets kind of stole the show away from Pink Floyd. Everybody was raving about the Poets. And there was another folk band that was led by a man by the name of Billy Connolly, who went on to become a comedian who's still around to this day. And they did the show, and they came out, and their van was vandalized from apparently by fans of the Poets, who wrote on there that Pink Floyd sucked, basically, and the Poets were the band of the weekend. So if that wasn't enough, on the way back, they got into an accident. Their car hit a tree, and they had to spend the night in the police station just to stay dry. So that was, I imagine that was probably one of their worst gigs. 2 months prior, they had put out Saucer Full of Secrets. This is a recent mono re-release. And this has got, the first track is Let There Be More Light. This is one of the few tracks that would feature Roger, David, and Richard on vocals. A great track, but my favorite is the title track, Saucer Full of Secrets. Yeah, Pink Floyd. This weekend in 1968, the gig from hell. And that's all we got, folks. I'll see you next week. Take care.
Country, with all the beautiful vibrations. We love you. My teenager, I'm calling your way back now. You're such a groove, leave your room. Please stay in my love, fast talking now, strange it out. Up a face in your head, talking about the world. I love you so, you don't know. Please stay here with me in Mississippi.
They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. They're eating the dogs.